Plastic Model Builders. Hello, it's me, Ari Stone with Plastic Model Builder. This is part 3 of my Tamiya Grumman F-14D Tomcat in 1/48 scale. In this video, we are going to be painting our intakes, as you can see me doing right here, assembling those intakes, putting them onto the plane, assembling the wings, the tail fins, and the stabilizers, and a couple of other things. So let's get right to it for some model making madness to make things look pretty. You can see right here, we painted the insides of the intakes. For the main intake that goes in, we will also paint the intakes. Right here we have some of our engines. Here are part of the intakes right here. You see 2 of them. Paint each side of them and then we'll put those together. So if you keep watching, you will see that. These are your engine exhaust nozzles. We're painting the insides of those. Everything is going a white color for those intakes. So make sure you get that color nice and pretty, which is what we're doing here. I do several coats of this so you can see how I've masked everything off. This is the inside of that intake. We're also going to mask that off. That way we can paint some of the color of the fuselage, because it has to be kind of be pre-painted the way it goes. It's easier to pre-paint it than to not pre-paint it. Right there we've got one of our turbines, fan blades I should say. And there's that engine exhaust right there, part of the, if you look into the nozzle. Got a color that we're mixing up here. It's going to be a pretty little blue color that you see. That's the way it looks. That's what the instructions say to do, so that's what I'm doing. That's how I painted it. If you want to go the extra mile and do really pretty colors, get some colored pencils, I guess you could do that too. Slowly just going around this, painting that tan color. Also going to get the cap right there. It's okay if you get stuff on it because it's going to get painted anyway. It's okay to be a little messy from time to time. Plus this is going to go inside, so it's going to be harder to see. I use this little guide here. I didn't get it perfect. I wasn't overly concerned because this goes inside. It's going to be hard to see from the intake. There are 2 of those as well. Get each one of them left and the right side. Again, here are our parts that go onto the ends of the nozzles. I'm just painting the same color right here that is used for the body of the aircraft. That way it's pre-painted and easy to get to. You see how I'm painting the inside of that right there. That's all we're doing. Now here's that masking I was talking about. These are masks that come with the kit. They are pre-laid out, so you don't really have to worry about cutting them yourself. And it makes things a heck of a lot easier because it's already done. They use really thick tape for it. I shouldn't say thick tape, long tape, so it works out. You see me painting that right there. It didn't have to be perfect, it just had to look good. Getting the intakes, and we'll take this off once it's all done. And you can see how it will look. And this is the other intake. You see I didn't have to do the back half there, so don't worry about that, because we are going to put parts in there. The rest of the intakes that you assemble go in there. And this is that other half. You see it gets 3 stickers, masks for each side, and you see them all right there. A little hard to get to, but it protects that white color, as you can see. Very easy. More model making madness for making things look pretty. And there is the final one right there. See how good that looks. Perfect. And the lines, by the way, don't have to be exact. You see right there, that is part of the landing gear for the rear that goes on that, so pay attention to it, don't forget about it. These go together in 2 halves. There might be a little seam down the middle of those. If you don't like it, cover it up, do what you want. That's the engine right there, the turbine going in. And you see how this goes together, it just kind of snaps in place. Just like that, and you'll see that line that I had there. You could do something to cover that up, even a drip of paint down it will do just fine, or even dirt if you want, because it is angled. Get all those. You can see each one of these has a certain place that it goes in. It can only go one way. Put it in just like that. If you want to paint those later and then combined with the paint, that way it looks seamless, you can do that. But again, you're not really going to see much of what's inside of there based on the design of this, so it looks really good when it's done. There was my protective coverings there. I'm using some tube glue, that way I get a decent hold with this, that way it doesn't pop up and the way the design is. Press down on each side, remove your glue if you need to. We're putting on the other one. You can see how these go inside. Just like that. We will make these look pretty. Alright, so those are on there. What we're going to do is make sure they're secure. That way they don't pop up. Get each side of them. Make sure your glue dries thoroughly. Very little seam work to do here. You see it goes, the aircraft goes together very well. And then you have these caps right here that go on. One on each side. Just get your glue on there and then we'll put the other one on. These as well can only go one way. Very easy to do. Like how they build these models. They go together very nicely. The Tamiya kits, this kit. And these are these caps. I already have the other one on there. Make sure you pre-paint on the inside of that. Now we're attaching the forward fuselage. It just kind of fits in there. And just make sure you put your glue on where the joints meet up. Very easy. It holds very well. It's got good mating surfaces to it. And you see how that goes together. And you have these little pieces right here. Pay attention to which ones you have to use. I believe there are different ones for different types of F-14s. A, B, C, D, and I don't think there's an E. Make sure you poke holes right there. That depends on what type of armament you want to put on. Glue that down. It provides a nice seamless piece as well. And then you have this. 2 pieces goes on the back of the aircraft fuselage. Right there. Very easy to put on. Now the fun part. We're going to put the wings together, 2 halves. So you got a right wing and a left wing. And the way this is designed, you can glue these on to the aircraft, or you can just leave them free and just place them in. And we'll show you what that looks like later on in the video, so keep watching. By the way, if you do like my content, subscribe, comment, and like to my channel. I would really appreciate it. We also have live previews on the day the videos premiere, a live premiere, and I chat with everybody. If you want to chat, come chat. That's the rear stabilizer. There are 2 of those. Be careful of that pin. I'm sure it can tend to break on some people. Right here is one of the tail fins. You have a left one and a right one. Those 2 also can only go one way. It's not hard to mess it up. And you'll see which way they go in. Make sure you do the other wing. The pins fit into the boxes. Very easy. Just glue it, hold it together, make sure it's all secure. And you see they do everything to try and be without seam lines or the effect of that. It's a good way to design a kit. It makes it look really nice. You see those are one whole piece right there, and then they just fit inside basically along where there would be a panel. So they do a good job with that. Those just go right into place. They fit into the poly caps that are inside there. You see how they move. And of course, those, pay attention to which direction you want to put them in. This is what I'm talking about. The wings just slide right on in. You can glue them in or leave them off. So here's one of the controls for the, not a control, but a pod. You need to paint part of this, a little bit of silver, which is what I do here. There's a little mask for the clear part that goes on this, which I'm cutting out now. It's round, I'll put that on. And then this can be painted later and then removed. You can use whatever you want if you don't want to use the mask, but I got my little tools there that we're putting that on. And then we also will paint later on one of the other parts that's clear. You see how that goes on right there? It'll be the part that goes next to that. I dipped that, what I'm doing right now, and there it is. And then put that on later when that dries. So this is the rear landing gear. We're going to assemble this. And eventually that gets painted white. We'll do that at a different time. But you see how easy that goes together. These pieces slide together. They try to make it as seamless as they can. A bunch of little pieces for it, and that's okay. It's very detailed. I'm not sure how detailed it is compared to other kits, but you can see for yourself in this video. That, by the way, just kind of fits into place. Do it rather quickly before glue sets in. That way, you know, you can align them properly in case things aren't aligned quite right. Put that piece on top there, and you see the piece that's sticking out that will meet up with the fuselage in the actual rear wheel well. So this is just one side of them. right there, that would be the right side, and of course you have the left side. And here goes the remaining parts on it. Make sure you put that down easily. By the way, thank you for watching again. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, and like to my channel. And as always, until next time, see ya!